Hey, Anna, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Could you please just introduce yourself and your family and your homeschool?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I have been so blessed by your podcast and I have really just been enjoying it. So I feel so honored to be on here today. But my name is Anna and I'm a mom of four. I have a 9-year old, a 7-year old, a 4-year old, and a 1-year old. And we live in South Carolina. I'm married to my husband, Zach. We've been married almost 14 years. So we were high school sweethearts. And we have been homeschooling for 3.5 years now. We started kind of at the tail end of 2020. So the Lord really called us to homeschool. I tried to fight it for a while. And I actually grew up homeschooled. I actually went homeschooled most of my life. And then I went to a little bit of Christian school, a little bit of public school. So I kind of got all of that in one. And I had professed that I was not going to homeschool my kids. Like that was not something that I was going to do. And the Lord slowly worked in my heart. And it took me many, many years of praying and many, many years of asking God, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you're telling me to do? And many sleepless nights and many women in my life, close godly women in my life who kind of came alongside me and said, you can do this. You can make it work and you're going to be good at this, to kind of give me that push and that confidence that I needed to be able to feel like that I could take that step and do that. So we did it and we have been loving it. It's the best decision we've ever made. There are really hard days, but the good days far outweigh those hard days. So we have really been enjoying it.
Well, I am excited to hear that you are from South Carolina. I currently live in North Carolina, was born here, and have spent most of my life here, but I have a few precious memories of years that I spent living in Columbia, South Carolina. Just the Lord
Oh,
really used
okay.
that time. So there's like a little soft spot in my heart for South Carolina.
Yeah, we love Columbia. We go there often to the zoo. We're only an hour from there. So,
Oh, it's a great zoo.
yeah, it
Well,
is.
Anna, could you let me know if there has been a challenge you've faced over these past few years of homeschooling? You know, you said you weren't ever going to homeschool, and then the Lord changed and worked in your heart, and now you've been at it for a few years. So, what have been some challenges you've faced, and how have you sought to overcome those challenges?
Well, I think the greatest challenge for us so far has been having infants and toddlers while we're trying to homeschool our older two. I've never not homeschooled without having an infant or a toddler or both. So that's probably been the biggest struggle and just something that I wasn't really prepared for. So having to manage the feedings and the diaper changes and the play times and the nap times and all of that while also trying to homeschool my older two has been a huge challenge. And I don't know that I've actually overcome that challenge because I still feel like we're in the thick of it right now. But a few things that has really helped me. I feel like there's three things that have really helped me. And that's give yourself tons and tons of grace because it's a short season. I just have to keep telling myself that it's a beautiful season and you have to give yourself lots of grace. And then teach your kids to play independently, and that has saved my sanity. I would not be able to do homeschool with the older two if the other two didn't know how to play by themselves. And even my 4-year old, she still knows how to play by herself, even when her little brother is not awake to play with her. So that has been huge. And then just make good use of nap times. That's like go time. That's your golden time. That's when we get the majority of our school done, is that precious nap time, hour, 2 hours. So those are my little tips for that on how we've overcome it, if you can overcome
Yeah.
that while you're still going through it.
Yeah, it's such a challenging season. You know, I had five kids, 10 and under for a period of time in my homeschool, and definitely such a challenge in so many ways. But now I look back at those times and I'm thankful for the relationships we built, you know, the sibling time
Yeah.
together and just being present for those moments, not missing out on them. And there will be a
Yeah.
time one day when you get to leave kids at home and go to the grocery store by yourself. It'll be magical.
Oh, I know. I cannot wait for those days. My sister homeschools. She's 12 years ahead of me. And that's what she just keeps telling me. She's like, just enjoy these little years because when they get in high school and they're all in their own rooms, you're going to miss it so bad.
It's so true. I'll just mention here for the show notes to check those out because I will put some links. I have some great resources from other mamas who are right there in the trenches with you with homeschooling with babies and toddlers who can share their experience. And just for, I think it's good for moms to know you're not alone and other moms are doing this and it's worth it.
Yes, I think so too.
Anna, what are you most excited about or looking forward to with Made to Homeschool?
Oh, there's so many things. I don't know if I can narrow it down to one thing, but I guess the most exciting thing probably to me is the community aspect of it. Just having that place of like-minded homemakers and homeschoolers. Not that they're all going to be homemakers, but a homeschooling like-minded community that I can run to when I've had a hard day, when my child is struggling with something and I need answers and I need support and help with that. And just someone who can encourage me when I'm having that hard day and just say, you got this, keep going. And I guess I'm also really looking forward to connecting with my YouTube audience where I haven't been able to in the past. Like, there's only so much on YouTube that you can do. Like, there's only so much you can respond to in a comment. And now I'll really be able to connect with my viewers and more on a deeper level than I have been able to on my YouTube channel.
And that community, that connection, that encouragement, I'm already seeing it even before we've launched, just
Yeah.
in the other ladies who are collaborating together, just true encouragement and being there for one another. And that's exciting. I know that's just going to continue to grow in the years ahead.
Yes. It's so exciting.
Well, even though these are little micro interviews, I'm still going to ask you the questions I love to ask my podcast guests. And the first one is, what are you personally reading lately?
Well, a lot of my reading looks like audiobooks, but right now it's For the Children's Sake by Susan Schaefer Macaulay. I've never read that before, and I think I heard it from your podcast actually a couple of weeks ago. And so I've been reading that, and it's been so good. And then on my nightstand, I have Raising Grateful Kids in an Entitled World by Kristen Welch, and I haven't got too far into that yet, but those are the two I'm working on right now.
Both excellent ones. Yes, I have joked at times that there should be a drinking game on the Homeschool Conversations podcast. How many times will someone bring up For the Children's Sake?
Yes, yes. I hadn't heard of it before. I guess I've been living under a rock, but I was like, I got to check out this book because I think one of the people you had on your podcast said it was like the most influential book she had read or something like that. And I was like, well, I need to read that then.
It's a classic for sure. Well,
Yeah.
Anna, what is your best tip for helping the homeschool day run more smoothly?
Oh my goodness. I had to think hard about this because there's so many things. But the number one thing for me is to pray. Prayer. Pray over your day and pray over your children before the school day even begins. It's so important. And just invite the Holy Spirit into your home and into your homeschool and ask him to just fill you with his Holy Spirit. And that way you can be an outpouring of Jesus to your children through the day.
That is such a good encouragement. Thank you, Anna. Where can people find you all around the internet?
They can find me on YouTube at Anna Bruce Blog and also on Instagram at Anna Bruce Blog. And I have a website, annabruceblog.com.
Perfect. I will have links to those things in the show notes for this episode. And I'll see you in Made
Thank you.
Homeschool.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much.